everyone, Lisa here. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining me today to talk about foam rolling, which I view as a really important part of maintaining a healthy body, whether you're an elite athlete, sporadic exerciser, or a complete couch potato. We'll give people a couple minutes to get on, and I just want to really first make it really clear I'm not a doctor or a medical professional. I'm a certified personal trainer, a group fitness instructor, and a competitive paddler myself. If you have any hesitations, special medical conditions, or limitations, check with your doctor before beginning any new regimen, including foam rolling. The majority of people, though, who are in good general health can and should roll on a regular basis. I'm a firm believer in that. Okay. So let's get started here. Today I'm going to cover the basics: who should roll and why, what equipment you need to start with, and what all is out there, because there's a lot. And I'll end with giving you 6 tips on getting the most out of your rolling. Tomorrow we'll get into specific methods of rolling out upper body parts, and following that, the next day, your lower body. You'll get to see me rolling around giving demos on the floor for your entertainment. So that'll be fun. All right, so let's get right into it. What is foam rolling? Well, it's a form of self-myofascial release, or SMR for short, using high-density foam cylinders, balls, and a variety of massage sticks. They can be as is, or some of them are vibrating and electronic, so there's a lot out there to choose from. Myo refers to muscle, and fascia is a network of connective tissue that surrounds and includes your muscles. Releasing the fascia then consists of compressing and releasing these tissues in order to hydrate them and improve their functionality, or their slide and glide. Hey, I see a couple of you joined. Awesome. What foam rolling isn't, it's not a cure-all for all your aches and pains, and it's definitely not a substitute for medical attention, but it is a really great way of giving yourself a little massage and giving yourself relief when you can't go get some physical therapy, and a host of other benefits as well, which we'll launch into right now. So why do we want to foam roll? We want to alleviate muscle-related pain and soreness, especially due to a workout. It's helpful and increases our range of motion and flexibility. It can relieve back pain. A lot of people do use foam rolling to relieve back pain, but we've got to be really careful, especially with the lower back. So there's definitely some guidelines, and we'll cover those tomorrow, about how to approach the back. I've also heard that it can temporarily smooth out cellulite. Now, don't get too excited. There's no evidence it can permanently reduce it, but if you have cellulite and you want to try it, give it a shot, and put a comment in below if it works or not. But if we have cellulite, which most of us do, we just got to own it as part of our beautiful selves, right? And finally, it can also help you relax, especially before bed. A little massage feels really good, and you can relax for the rest of the evening. How to choose a roller? Well, there are several different kinds. So one is just a plain short roller, which really actually is just PVC pipe, if you can see that, with a foam layer. This is actually really good for travel or going to the gym. You can pop it in your gym bag and off you go. If you're traveling also, you can stuff clothes in there, so it's super useful. Then we have, sorry I didn't have it closer, dense foam rollers. They're nice and smooth, and these are really great if you're just starting out. They're also not as expensive as some of the other kinds. Then there are textured rollers with ridges and knobs. I don't have one of those to show you, but I do have a ball with ridges and knobs, and it looks like a torture device. It looks like it would hurt, but it actually activates all the pressure points, and when you're applying the pressure, you can ease up or zone in as much as you need, and it will give you the relief that you're controlling it. There are also massage sticks. I think a few of you dropped a comment that you have those. Those can be foam covered, or those can be hard plastic. They can be textured or smooth, and they can be used to deeply massage your legs, upper back, anywhere where you really need to work a little bit deeper into them. Then there are balls and spot massagers in different sizes and kinds, and I have a couple here. So here's just like a foam ball that's nice and big. Here's a smaller one for smaller knots in really targeted areas. This is a peanut, also hard foam. This is really good for the spine. It has this little divot. We have to be really careful when we roll the spine. So this little indentation goes over your spine and protects your back, because you never ever want to roll a joint. And then this goes up and down your back as you roll. And then there are also hard rubber balls. These are really great for feet, for knots in the back, any way you need a little deeper relief. And then finally, something like this. And this all came in a set. If you want to experiment with a bunch of balls, there's a bunch of sets that you can find on Amazon or in Dick's or any sporting goods store. And this is really good for hands and fingers, and it's just squeezing and rolling and making yourself feel good. So what should you start with? I would say, if you're completely new to it, go with something least expensive. You can have a 2-foot roller or a 3-foot roller. It really is going to be a little bit of trial and error on your part. If you can borrow a workout buddies or a friends and try it before you buy, that's great. Otherwise, it's kind of like boats. Once you have one, you keep buying them and you add to your collection, and you can never have enough. So just, give it a try. So where and when and why do we want to do it? So I am a firm advocate of doing it before workouts as a warm-up. And to work out any residual muscle soreness or tightness from a previous workout. You want to really go easy when you're rolling pre-workout, because your muscles are cold. It's kind of like static stretching. You want to be really careful so you don't inadvertently hurt yourself. So do a little bit of light cardio even for a few minutes and then roll, or just start very, very easy, very light pressure, and then work up to it. After workouts is really great as well to prevent muscle soreness. And anytime you need to alleviate stiffness and soreness related to posture, sedentary work, for example, working on a computer, long drives, poor sleep positions. I know I wake up in the morning completely sore, mostly because my dog is hogging the bed, but definitely like to roll in the morning to get myself going. And like I said, before bed, to aid in a relaxing sleep and help you sleep longer, especially if you're struggling with sleep. So that's when you might want to do it. How often a week is really up to you. If you're working out 3 times a week, I would recommend rolling at least 3 times a week. But once you get started, you're the best judge of what your body needs. Just do it consistently and you will feel a huge difference. So where can you roll? On a hard flat surface is great. A floor, a wall even, a table, and even in your hand. For up in the hand exercise, just use your hand to apply pressure, or even up and down your arm. A hand could really work well. Carpet is great, I find, because you won't slide around as much. Polished floors aren't fabulous because there's no friction. You need a little bit of friction to keep the roller from sliding around. And rolling on a wall can be surprisingly good, especially if you're using a ball and there's not a floor that's you can use or that you want to get down on. I'll give you a little tip about using a ball, especially if you're using it on your back and the ball falls out. I take a sock, put it all the way in the bottom, throw the sock over my shoulder, and then that way you can control where the ball is. It's a tip that was shared with me by one of my team members when I was paddling on Montreal Senior Women, and dang, it's been a lifesaver. Anybody got any favorite positions or tricks for using a ball? Drop them in the comments. So, where to start? Do's and don'ts, 6 tips for effective foam rolling. And if you have questions or comments, drop them in the comments. I am not seeing any comments pop up. It may just be the way that my system is set up. I've got 2 screens going, and if I don't get to a question, I will get to it afterwards in the comments when this live ends. So, number 1 trick for effective rolling is making sure you're applying the right pressure. Now, and only you can tell what that is. Sorry, it's like so hot in here. I'm like so hot. Different body parts are going to have different sensitivities and pressure points. And what I like to tell folks is you want to be comfortably uncomfortable. That is, if you're nice and comfortable, you're going too light pressure wise. If you're screaming in pain, you're applying too much pressure. You should be feeling something that's not altogether awesome, but that is tolerable. Say that 7 times fast. So you also want to start with light pressure and build up. You may find it painful at first if your muscles are tight. So just back off a little bit. If you're on the floor, use your hands to lift yourself up a little bit. If you're on the wall, back off just a touch. Reduce the amount of body weight to put onto the roller, and that will ease it. The more you add to it, obviously, the deeper you're going to go. So just play with it and see what works for your body. Drop the word scream in the comments if you've ever screamed in pain while rolling or made sounds that could be mistaken for something else entirely. Anyone who's ever had the experience of group rolling will completely understand what I mean. So that's pressure. Make sure you're applying the right pressure. Number 2, start in the right place. Don't make a beeline straight away for the tightest spot or knot on your body. Start with the least tense area and gradually make your way to the tense one. Does that make sense? So just, ease your way into it. Number 3, alternate between static and dynamic pressure. Try isolating a tender spot and just staying still on it for 10 seconds or so, then start moving, twisting side to side like a screwdriver, then rolling the entire length of the muscle up and down, side to side to get it from all angles. Don't limit yourself to one direction. Your fascia run in all directions, so you want to hit them all. So that's 3. 4, make sure you're going at the right speed. If you whiz through it, you're not going to get the full benefit. Ideally, you want to go slow to medium, a pace that's slow to medium, so you can work out each kink and knot. Think of yourself getting a massage. You don't want your massage therapist just to, give each knot one quick jab and move on. That wouldn't be worth your while, and it wouldn't give you the relief that you need. You want them to take their time, working slowly on each spot until the tension has been eased out, right? Same with your rolling. Make sure that you just go at a speed that is conducive to relief and working those kinks out gradually. However, number 5, don't spend too long on any particular area. So an average of 30 seconds to 60 seconds on any particular spot should really be enough. You want to ease the tension, but you don't want to overdo it either. If you spend too long on a muscle, especially if you're doing this before a workout or when your muscles are cold, you can lead to bruising and injury, which is exactly what we're trying to prevent in the first place by rolling, right? So 30 to 60 seconds max on each spot. If you're just starting out, start at 10 seconds, that's completely fine, and then work your way up to a minute. Drop me the word bruise in the comments if you've ever overdone it and ended up with more soreness than you've started. I think all of us have done that. It's a very common mistake. Okay, number 6, make sure you're actually rolling the right area. It sounds completely obvious, but a lot of us make the mistake when we're first starting out. Some areas simply shouldn't be rolled. They can't be released, or rolling is just ineffective. Good Lord, it's so hot in here. For example, your IT band is one area that can't be released by rolling. If you have a tight IT band, try rolling your glutes, your quads, around your knees instead for relief, and incorporate glute strengthening exercises into your regimen if tightness is a recurring problem. Runners suffer with this a lot, but a lot of people mistakenly try and roll out their IT band. It doesn't work. So you really have to focus on the muscles surrounding to loosen that tight IT band. Other areas to avoid are lower back, neck, pubis, and joints in general. There just isn't much dense muscle tissue there. For low back issues, focus more on your mid-thoracic region, your mid-back, like your lats and hips, and pay attention to your posture. Posture and too much sitting generally accounts for most of our low back pain and problems, so pay attention to those. And we'll definitely cover how to roll all those areas in the next couple of days to make sure that we're rolling properly and effectively. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you have any observations, same thing. If you have a particular favorite roller ball, whether it's a textured ball like this, or a rubber ball, or a lacrosse ball, or even a tennis ball, which are great as well, drop it in the comments. Let us know what you like to use and how you like to use them. And also let me know if there's a particular problem area that you want to work on, and we can incorporate that into the videos to show you exactly how to find relief and where to roll the best possible way to get that relief. So thanks for joining me today. This was fun. Sorry I was a sweaty mess. Tomorrow I'm going to have a cooler room, and we'll go from there. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. It's Friday, right? Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Bye.